Hey friends, this is Beth McCullough. I'm here in my Cayman Brack location with my sweet husband Steve.
Hi everybody.
I love it when you join us every Tuesday night. We have been down here for a few weeks. We rent a house down here and it's coming to an end, isn't it, Steve?
Way too fast.
Yes, we only have a couple days left. So Steve now has to take his nap in the sun, eat his dinner in the sun, his lunch in the sun, all the things in the sun.
I'm going for it at this point.
So we're going back to the cold tundra of Iowa on Sunday, but it sure was great to just recharge our batteries and
spend lots of time in the ocean.
Yeah, one of us spent lots of time in the ocean. I spent a lot of time looking at the ocean. And we did talk to a gal who lives down here. We were in line at the farmer's market yesterday, and she said there are more sharks here than there have ever been. And she was naming off the sharks. And this is the first year I haven't gotten in the ocean. And I was just warming up to it. It's so beautiful, and I was thinking, ooh, I should just snorkel again.
Showing her all my pictures of fish that she could get to see.
And then this gal named, what were the fish? Not just nurse shark, but I knew about those.
Reef shark, a bull shark, a hammerhead shark.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I am out. I will swim in my little swimming pool and look at the beautiful ocean.
And what did I do, Beth?
He went and got in the water right away. He looked for more places to get in. He wants to see the sharks, you guys.
I want to go
Pray for my husband. Next week you'll see him, and he'll have one arm or something.
So your sister Jennifer is on.
Hello, Jennifer.
And she can relate to me trying to go find the sharks in the ocean.
She is a shark fan. Okay, Jennifer, since you're on, I will tell you and everyone, and only your brother-in-law could come up with this, okay? You guys know, a lot of you know, we had 2 dogs for 16 years, loved our puppies. We lost them in the last year and a half. And so when we're down here, we walk every single day, a long way. And we met everyone on this quarter of the island that's out on the road. And we pet every dog that comes by.
We need our dog fix.
So one of the dogs, it's actually a pit bull's mom's dog. They live in Texas part of the year. And she's like, now you guys rent the same house every year? And we said yes. And she said, would you consider coming down here and staying for free in this beautiful house with a lap pool and 3 bedrooms and just do whatever you do and take care of this little dog while the owner is gone? And we were like, are you kidding me? Our house that we rent is not free. This house would be free. So we have an interview tomorrow afternoon at sunset. We're going to meet the other house owner, the first gal from Texas. She already wants us to watch her dog.
Sharon is
so sweet, so sweet.
The dog's name is Sheila.
Yes, and her husband's from Iowa. So anyway, sorry to go on and on about this, but I'm like, who gets a dog sitting? I mean, it never occurred to me we could stay here for free. Are you guys amazed by this, that it's a possibility?
Yeah, just for watching a dog.
Yeah. So anyway, needless to say, we are in, so we'll see. Maybe we won't be paying for a house next year. Or maybe we'll come back before next January. We'll have to see. This is the card we're making tonight, you guys. It is fun. Wishing you the happiest birthday. It opens cute. It uses the Bloom Impressions, the celebration paper, and it's easy. But you can use up a lot of your paper and just make lots of fun cards. So before we get started making it, I'm at the end of my stamp camp. I get home Sunday. I'm cutting the card kits next week. Okay? All the products came in. Everything for the Floral Delight Suite is here. It's $89 to buy everything. If you buy everything using my host code, you get 13 card kits, the card pieces and envelopes for 13 different cards using that suite. You get a private stamp camp that's online. You get 13 additional cards. It is amazing, and you can use those directions for your classes, for your personal use, and I know a lot of you are signed up, and thank you. So I'm going to show you one last time some of the cards, okay? This is the card that I did that you'll get in the card kit, and 12 others that you're not going to see, right? So wishing you all the best, and it opens up this way, and then it opens up this way. You guys, how cute is that? It's coming to your mailbox. I had a goal of how many stamp camps I wanted to sell, and I am 3 away. If you would like to help me meet my goal, be one of the 3 people that still sign up for stamp camp. It's super cute. Another card that I made for this stamp camp is this one. Another fun card, you'll get all the directions. Steve and I will make this card live during the stamp camp. It's paler here, so maybe it doesn't show up good on the camera, but pretty in real life, right, Steve?
Yeah, it's interesting. With the light, it almost looks pinkish.
Yeah, this is peach pie, but a fun fold that will be easy for you to replicate. Again, make it over and over again with whatever supplies you have. So these are 2 of my cards for this stamp camp, but there's 24 more you haven't seen. Some more cards I made with that set because I love it so much. Look at these fun note cards using this set. So I don't always stamp that much. I like die cuts for some reason. They turn out really good. You can't make mistakes. But the stamping on these flowers is the best. This is a set I will keep because I love stamping. I eyeball it and it just turns out perfect every time. Here's another one. This one is Melon Mambo and black. But fun, easy note cards. We made this last week or maybe the week before using the vellum in this set. Super fun framed set. So anyway, I'm cutting the card kits next week when I get home and they'll be mailed out the following week. So either purchase it now while it's still there or let me know that you're going to purchase it. So I can't go back and cut the 13, should I say can't? It would be hard. It's easier to cut multiples of the cards rather than go back and do it individually. So my cutoff for this will be next week, but please join us.
Can I have the next banner? So
Yes.
the next banner is how you tell StreamYard that you want your comments to be seen. If you're on Facebook,
We've been noticing there are so many of you on here watching live, but we can't see you and you can't talk to us. And it's way more fun if we can chat with each other. So how do you do that, Steve?
so you just go to a new tab on your browser and type in StreamYard.com, Facebook, grant your permission. And it will, they're not going to use your information for anything. They're just going to connect the comments that you type into Facebook through StreamYard so we can see them and I can respond to them.
And there are other demonstrators that use StreamYard, so you don't sign up, you don't have to go through this hoop every week. You go through it once, and any video you watch that uses StreamYard, you can comment and participate. So it is more fun. So we would highly encourage you to do that because we like chatting with you.
And I'm also scrolling now, telling everyone how to sign up for Prize Patrol, our drawing at the end.
Right.
You just type hashtag Prize Patrol, one word, into the comments.
Squish
and
together.
you will be entered in the drawing at the end.
And because we're going home Sunday, I will be mailing these cards out next week. So if you win, and the people who won the last couple weeks, all those will be mailed next week.
Wait, you're actually going to mail the cards to the winners?
Yes, I'm going to mail the cards to the winners. Are you giving me a hard time?
I am.
So I know some of you know, sometimes I get behind on that, but I have a New Year's resolution and I'm going to stay on top of it.
She's got to keep her resolution.
So here is our card. Is there anything anyone's chatted that you'd like to tell me about, Steve?
Yes.
Or should we get started?
Yes. Judy says, gorgeous card.
Thank you, Judy. So sweet of you.
Nancy Delaney is on from Bella Vista, Arkansas.
Nancy, welcome back. Nancy's been here before.
Yeah,
We're glad you're
really
here.
curious about what the weather is like in Arkansas right
The
now.
weather in Arkansas is always better than the weather in Iowa, Steve.
Okay, well,
So,
that answers my question.
yeah.
I've lost perspective, though, because I haven't been in Iowa for
Okay.
a while.
sunny and 80 every day, you guys. It's, when it was snowing in Florida and cold in Florida, we were glad that we weren't in Florida. But not to rub it in, because we spend plenty of time
Oh, we'll get ours.
Yeah.
Going back to Iowa
in February. And I'm
we
sorry,
will get our
friends in
share.
Iowa, there's going to be snowstorms and blizzard
'Cause
and
we're back.
ice and.
It's our
Yeah.
payback, and
Yeah.
everybody else is going to
Yeah.
suffer for it.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so.
Anything else?
You ready to start giving some
Okay,
instructions?
let's do the card. So this color is Lost Lagoon, and it measures 5.5 by 11, and we're scoring this at 1 1/4, 3 3/8, 7 5/8, and 9 3/4. And by the way, if Jennifer's on, I assume Gavin is on too, so hello Gavin. It's good to see you, my dear. Okay, so score it together. You're gonna bring the center score lines in together, and then the ones on the edges back out to fold it back. So you can see it like this, folded together, and then these back out.
What do you
Okay.
call that fold?
I don't know.
Let's make something up. I like doing that.
Okay, let's take a vote. Ask our friends what they would call it.
What would you call this fold in the card?
I mean, it's kind of a gatefold. I don't know.
I want to call it a tuxedo fold.
A tuxedo fold?
Because, see, it's got lapels.
What do you guys think? Tuxedo fold? Okay, so let's go to the inside of the tuxedo fold. And on the inside of this card, by the way, all the DSP is the Bloom Impression, the celebration paper. Next Tuesday, there's going to be more celebration items added. I don't know if they're new items or if they're items out of our current annual mini catalog, and maybe online exclusive, who knows. The bottom line is, I don't know what the new items are, but we'll find out a week from today. So in here, and all the DSP is from the Bloomed Impressions. To do it like that, I'm making it a different color this time. I was gonna do this, but don't you love the pink? I'm a pink fan, so I'm gonna put the pink in the center. So we're gonna put a little adhesive on there, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So we might have told you last week, Steve found a retired Navy guy to shore dive with. Did we tell you the results of their dive? I think they went last Wednesday.
You're going to get to see some pictures of the results of the dive.
The good news is Joe from New Hampshire. Joe and his wife Cindy from New Hampshire.
Lovely people.
Yes, we went to dinner with them Friday night, but Joe said Steve was an A-OK diver, and he's coming back next year, and they're gonna dive together again.
This is a guy who was a Navy dive instructor, teaching people in the Navy SEALs how to scuba dive. Turns out he's done all of these amazing dives all over the world working for the Navy.
And we got to hear all about it Friday night. It was fascinating. Places Steve wouldn't dream of diving. That guy knows how to do it all. So that was super fun. And I'm glad Steve passed.
I am too. I have to admit, I was trying really hard.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have 2 strips, and these measure 1 inch by 5 1/4, and I'm gonna use that same sheet of the DSP and put that on the edges. So yeah, Steve was a little nervous, but Joe told him when he got out how good he did, so.
So part of what he was looking for was air conservation. In other words, you can go a long time with 1 tank of air, and the way you do that is try
Is this in the right camera?
Yeah, it's good. You try not to breathe too much, right? Which, when you think about it, it's hard when you're thinking about it.
So did you hold your breath the whole time you were down there?
When you're ascending, when you're diving, you can't hold your breath. That's not a good thing. Your lungs would explode. So you don't hold your breath when you're diving. But one trick, and he knew I was doing it, So he was all the way down to like 120 feet. I didn't go down that far. I had to go down below 100 to get the picture of the lionfish that you're gonna see.
Oh my goodness, there's a very large bug. Could you kill that, honey?
Sure.
So hurry before it gets under the couch. Okay, so that's, ooh,
It's a
That-
June bug, or like a June bug.
it's like a
I think
June
I
bug.
just mooned everybody on the camera, by the way.
Oh, no. That's not good. So there's a few critters in the Caribbean.
So the
That's
fun
fun.
thing is, the most common critter you're gonna see are hermit crabs. They're everywhere.
Yes. And Steve and I think they're our friends. We name the hermit crabs in our backyard.
Yes.
In our front yard.
And they're very funny because, you know, they've got this huge shell on their back. Not huge, but I mean, some of them are about that big. And the minute they see you or hear you, they curl up into their shell. And so it tries to make them look just like a shell. And so we always voice over what they're doing. Nothing to see here, just a shell.
Yeah. And any of these stories that we told you last week, please forgive us, because we have no memories left, and we don't know what
It's
we
all
said
new to
last
us.
week.
We think it's funny.
You know, we just have a good time. Okay, so on this next piece, I don't know if I even mentioned this, but this is Nested Essentials.
I put
This white one is the largest. This Lost Lagoon one is second largest, and the one with the sentiment is third largest. I really like the Nested Essentials. Okay, so, but my point is, don't glue on the right-hand side. Just glue on the left, and you're gonna have it hang over. So when I put this on, you see it's not totally covering up the DSP. And I wanna center it so there's room for the loop. And which side, you know, there is kind of a right side, or a correct side for where the die looks better with the stitching. So I'm just gonna do that left side and stick it on right here. So I'm centering it between the two pieces of the floral DSP. Get that on good. Okay, so I was worried that I would forget to put the ribbon on next. On here, we have Petunia Pop ribbon and Stamp the Sentiment, and the shimmer dots are also Petunia Pop. On this card, we have Pretty in Pink, so it's the in colors. And this is Lovely ribbon. And I was gonna do this ahead of time, but I didn't. So I'm gonna take a mini glue dot, and I'm gonna put it on here so I know how I want it. And it kind of reminded me of,
I think your ribbon's too long.
you think so? Well, I didn't bring my ribbon scissors. I only brought regular scissors.
That's a good question to ask. Could you cut ribbon with other scissors besides?
Could you or would you?
Could you?
Well, I mean, you can do anything.
Because, I mean, we are, you know, short of supplies here in the Caymans.
You know, we're just gonna leave the ribbon long. Sometimes he likes to throw me for a loop and just get me off track.
Which is a
I am
pun, because
gonna-
we're making a loop with the ribbon as we speak, so that was a pun.
I am gonna resist getting off track, and I am just gonna go with what's here. And you know, if you win this card and you think it's too long, you can cut it off when you get it. Use ribbon scissors. I could use my scissors, my snips, and it'll be all jaggedy and weird. And then you'll be sad, and I don't want you to be sad. You come here on Tuesday nights to have fun, right? I know Steve and I have fun.
We do.
Okay, so I have a glue dot that is attaching the ribbon together where it crosses over, and another glue dot attaching it to this Lost Lagoon. Now, this was stamped ahead of time. I used Lost Lagoon on the sentiment just because pretty in pink doesn't show up very well. But the glimmer dots, what are those called, Steve? They're coming up here. In color shimmer gems are going to be pretty in pink. So I'm going to add some dimensionals to this. So Steve, what are people chatting about that would be
Well,
fun?
I can tell you the results of Name the Fun Fold.
Okay, I forgot about that. Did Tuxedo win, or is it something
Well,
else?
I'm just going to tell you some of the suggestions. One was the 7 fold, because it kind of looks like a 7. The other, a double gate fold. I thought that sounded like it might be the winner, by the way. Gate fold and a half.
Gate folds. What about a tuxedo gatefold? Or
Thanks for advocating for me.
do all gatefolds look like that? I don't know. I make a ton of fun folds, but I've never worried too much about what the name is. Because a lot of times I take a fun fold and switch it to what I want it to be. Or we've created quite a few of our own fun folds, and I don't know, maybe we should be naming them.
So Janice Yeager is saying she tried to sign up for your stamp camp, but it says the suite is unavailable.
Okay, the suite was unavailable, but I looked an hour ago, and the suite is available right now. So on my blog, stampingmom.com, I had a blog post this morning. If you page down to the graphic that shows the stamp camp, it shows a picture of the suite. Right below it, there's a link to the suite. Well, the next link is the link to my host code. If you click on that second link in the sentence, I don't know, that's kind of obscure to get you there, but if you click on that, you'll go to a thing and you can add all to cart, and everything you need is there, the host code and everything you need for the stamp camp. So, and I can help you. Reach out to me, although my phone isn't working well. Email me, I get my emails. Now, can we go bright all the way? Could this be bright too, or do you want it to be the Lost Lagoon? Can we vote on that quick? Here's option 1. This is what I was going to go with. Like this, having it be 2 different designer series paper. Do you like the Lost Lagoon in the background? Or can we do pink all day long? This would be option 2. So please vote for 1 or 2. Steve is excited about his fish video. We're almost done with the card. And we will do prize patrol before we show his video, but you're excited about it, aren't you, Steve?
So far I have 3 votes for option 2.
Okay.
4 votes for option 2. 5 votes for option.
So this was option 1 with the Lost Lagoon. You guys are all pink all the time? Okay, let's do it. This was not my plan, but I think it's going to be pretty. Thank you for taking the time to vote. So what else do we have going on, Steve? What is everyone else up to?
Well,
Oh, and we told you last week I have 1 more share left. That's been sold. So, and if you wanted that stamp camp, we'd be down to 2 more. That would be very exciting.
so this is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4.
It is. Thank you, Steve. And there's 2 of those. So for the celebration items, I was able to order multiples, and this is what I ordered the most of, was this designer series paper. I will probably do a class in the future when this isn't available anymore, just because I love flowers. One of the reasons I like it down here, they're gorgeous flowers here. And this paper to me is just so pretty.
Speaking of which, after you get that done, I'm going to have you move, and we're going to play Name That Flower in the Painting.
Okay. What is that? Steve and I both know what that was called, and tonight we were talking about it, and we can't remember.
I can't remember what it's
I
called.
suppose we could have Googled it, but how do you Google it? Google, what's the name of the flower? I bet you guys know though.
No, AI can look at the picture and tell you.
Can they?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you win the card tonight, this is card number 1. You gotta love the Petunia Pop one. It's really pretty. This is a watercolory background. I love it. And then we went pink all the way in the Pretty in Pink card. Okay, so I do like the loop better. It's smaller on the Petunia Pop one. But once this flattens out, you know, this traveled here all the way from Iowa. So that one will get better. Anyway, it's time for Prize Patrol, friends.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Banner reminding everybody, if you haven't entered yet, just in the comments, type #Prize Patrol, all one word.
And even if you don't win, let me know. Do you prefer card number 1 or card number 2?
Okay.
And I don't know if we know what we're making next week, but we will be home. And I have not stamped in 3.5 weeks, and I miss it. I think it's good for me to miss it, because I haven't gone very much of my life in the last 20 years not stamping every day.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Here we go. Going round and round.
So what is your favorite thing here been, Steve?
Being with you, honey.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't
Chris
fishing for that.
Robinson.
Chris Robinson, yay, let me know. Chris lives in Pella, Iowa, about 45 minutes from my house. And sweet Chris, you can let me know if you want Petunia Pop number 1 or Pretty in Pink number 2. Now, should I get out of the way? Will you show your fish video?
No, I can do it right from
If you
here.
don't care about the fish, please
Commentate.
come back next week, and it won't hurt our feelings, but...
Okay, I just need to find my video now.
Okay. If you have any questions about Stamp Camp, my email is Beth, B-E-T-H, @stampingmom.com, and I would love to help you. The designer series paper is on low inventory, and so it's gonna run out. I don't know when, but I would recommend that you get the suite as soon as possible. But like I said, I looked an hour ago and it was still there. And the daffodil ribbon came in a few days ago, I think at the end of last week. So anyway, so excited about the Stamp Camp. It is going to be great.
Okay, here we go.
Should I come look at the pictures too? I haven't seen this yet.
So this is a spotted eagle ray.
Okay, can you tell them how, you can't stop it, can you?
I can go back.
Go back so we can talk about it. When I snorkeled last year, we saw a ray, but it's not that common, is it? And are you scared of that? Like if it stung you with that barb, would you die?
This tail with the barb on it was probably 7 feet long. I could not believe
Is it dangerous?
Well, yeah, they're venomous, and so I had to make sure to be off to the side. That's why it's kind of at an angle. I didn't want to be right over the top of him because he would have zapped me just like Steve Irwin. That's how he died. So I had to stay off to the side as I was taking the picture.
So were you scared when you saw him?
I wasn't scared at all. I was really excited. And I got over there to get close to him so I could take this picture.
Okay.
So here are the French angelfish again.
So to me, that looks like Pretty Peacock and Lemon Lime Twist. What do you guys think? Beautiful.
I can't comment. Okay, here's a spiny lobster. The fun thing about this guy is for some reason he was out on the sand. They never are out on the sand. I guess if they're moving from one coral head to the other, which is what he was doing. You know, he was in transit. But I got a really good picture of him out there on the sand, going from one place to the other.
That's awesome. Are these all from scuba diving with Joe last week?
No.
No.
And so I love this picture.
You know, that looks, did you take that picture?
I did take that picture.
That looks like a professional photo to me.
So this is a black Durgan That's the guy with the light blue.
The big fish.
Yeah, the black with the light blue across his dorsal fin and underfin. And then the red fish is a squirrel fish. And then
What about the yellow one?
I didn't bother to look up his, it's a French grunt. And then this guy is a blue, I gotta look it back up again. But this is what you get a lot of times when you're just swimming on top of the coral. Suddenly there'll be all these different brilliant colored fish just all hanging out together. And
That is your best picture. I want that picture.
okay, well,
We can put it on my screensaver.
there you go. This is a little bit blurry, but I thought this guy was really pretty. He's a blue striped triggerfish, and they're actually pretty big. They're about 2.5 feet across or long, and so yeah, he was fun.
I like his tempting turquoise stripes.
All right, so this is what the southern rays do. He augers into the sand and tries to cover himself up with sand so that nobody can see him.
Well, and his stinger is not 7 feet long.
Southern rays don't have very long tails. And here's a gray angelfish.
Now, Steve, that's another great picture. I love the color on the coral.
So this guy is really, really beautiful. You would think, well, it's just gray and a different color of gray.
It looks turquoise to me.
But it is, the variation on it is gorgeous.
Is it turquoise?
No. All right, this is a little bit blurry, but this is a spotted cowfish. Cowfish are just really weirdly shaped. You can see he's got this like little wedge on the bottom of him, and they're also wide at the bottom. So they're just really weird looking fish, but I got a close up of him. And next, this is a lionfish.
Oh, tell them what they do with the lionfish.
So here's the thing, these are not native to the Atlantic Ocean. These are Pacific Ocean fish, and they have no natural predators. So they decided, and they were eating all the beautiful fish on the reef. So they decided to cull the lionfish, kill them basically. But they're very tough, and so it ends up the dive masters take a spear with them, and everybody diving with them points out whenever they see a lionfish, and then they'll spear the lionfish. And then a lot of times, if they're carrying the spear, there'll be a great big grouper that will stay right by the dive master, because when he gets that fish, the grouper's going to try and eat it and take it off the end of his spear.
But don't the dive masters get money for the lionfish?
$5 a piece. So they don't want to give it to the grouper because they want their $5. And then this is
you saw a turtle.
This is the last picture, the loggerhead turtle. I swam with him for probably 30, 40 yards, and then he decided that he wanted to go faster than me because they're really, really fast when they're swimming underwater. I was swimming into a current, getting worn out, trying to swim with him, and then he just took off on me. But yeah, he was pretty. They will actually let you get close to them. They'll let you touch their shell, and so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Did you touch him?
No, I didn't. I couldn't keep up with him. And then this is just another what it looks like when you're down there underwater with all this beautiful live coral and schools of fish and everything else. So it's quite an environment, especially when there's bright sunshine. You got great visibility.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you guys, thank you for staying if you watched the fish, and thanks for coming tonight. I will get that card out to you, Chris Robinson, and you guys have a great week, and we are excited to see you again next Tuesday. Thanks again for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye.